Independence until August 15, 1947 was not only about fighting for freedom but also fulfilling the dreams of many warriors who sacrificed their life for that moment. Today, we're going to bring you one such warrior whose name has become a brand for the Indian Army, whose life has inspired millions of soldiers across the world, a man with a will that shook the British to its core. Bhagat Singh was born on 27th September 1907. He was born in a family of revolutionaries where his father and uncle were frequently arrested by the British, and this had a strong impact on Bhagat Singh's life. At a very young age, he was given the responsibility of fighting for freedom, fighting for his motherland and fighting the British. Just like you and me, Bhagat Singh had a role model by name Kartar Singh, who was just 20 years old, who sacrificed his life for Bharat's independence. During this time, there was frequent violation of peace by the British, which created long-lasting fire for freedom in Bhagat Singh's heart. Especially when Rowlatt Act was passed, people came to streets to protest, and one such protest was held in Jallianwala Bagh, which ended in bloodshed of innocent people due to the orders of General Dyer. Such were the cruelty of British who occupied our country. After Jallianwala Bagh, Bhagat Singh visited the place. He brought back blood-soaked soil to his house. He believed that this will inspire him to give everything for nation's freedom. My friend, never forget that the independence which we have right now is at the cost of many people's life, whose name may not be known to us, but our land remembers their name and their struggle for our country's freedom. Bhagat Singh had many associates who had the same fight for freedom just like him, and one such associate was Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi. Both of them joined Hindustan Republic Association to educate people to urge for freedom. When you have a supporting friend and a common goal, you have all the resources to organize your effort to reach the common man. And that's exactly what Bhagat Singh did along with his colleague. He started Navjawan Bharat Sabha in Lahore to reach people and spread the patriotic feeling among them. On October 30th, 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai had a fight against the Simon Commission with the famous line, "Simon, go back," which became the motto of the entire nation. Though the movement led to chaos, it caused the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, which had a tremendous impact on Bhagat Singh's life. When someone becomes your role model, it is like in many ways you try to imitate them in your life. But when you lose such person, it is like you lost part of your world. And that was a feeling Bhagat Singh had when he lost Lala Lajpat Rai. But instead of mourning on his death, he took an oath that he is going to avenge his death and declared that it is time for blood for blood. On 17th of December 1928, Bhagat Singh along with Sukhdev and Rajguru attacked John Saunders and avenged the death of his guru Lala Lajpat Rai. The police authorities was on a hunt for Bhagat Singh and his associates, but he, being the master of disguise, managed to escape the cruel hands of British. He knew the only way to fight British is through violence, and violence was the way chose by Bhagat Singh to fight the British and to teach them a lesson. He learned that modern guns and modern explosives can create fear inside British. He said, "Let us create a noise that can be heard by the deaf." So on April 8, 1929, Bhagat Singh along with his comrades bombed the court. But this time, they did not escape. Instead, they used the court to adjure and advocate Indian independence. But unfortunately, Rajguru, Sukhdev and Bhagat Singh were sentenced to imprisonment. But even then, they did not lose faith. They continued their effort inside doors. Bhagat Singh was a born leader. He went on uniting his jail inmates and went on with an hunger strike demanding quality rations. When John Saunders' assassination trial went on 7th of October 1931, a news came that shocked the entire nation. Bhagat Singh along with Rajguru and Sukhdev were to be hanged. But he had the option to submit the mercy plea. But Bhagat Singh, being the man who he is, he did not fear death. Instead, he used the death as a matter of expression. He embraced it with words like, "It is better to die than to clinch in enemies' hands." Rajguru, Sukhdev and Bhagat Singh were hanged on March 31st, 1931. When he was hanged, he was just 23. My friend, 23 for you and me is the time where we talk about our college, is the time where we talk about our studies, is the time we plan for our future. But here is a man who is totally selfless. He's talking about his own death at the peak of his career. My friend, when he died for one thing, and that is freedom. Yet, we are ashamed to say that though we have achieved freedom from British, we are yet to get freedom from their way of thinking and their way of living. My friend, we are what it takes to be successful, and that is not possible without the contribution of our ancestors. And this is a whisper of reality of Bhagat Singh, a true hero of our country. I hope you feel a change in you, and if you did, subscribe to this channel to feel the change again with yet another video.